Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Balatro, where today we're just gonna continue on our challenge modes, I think, for a little bit. So, this challenge has us starting with $100. It looks like stuff is pretty much the same, stuff is pretty much usual, but the chips scored from a hand cannot exceed our current dollars in hand, and we started with both of the extra interest vouchers. So we, for interest purposes, want to keep our dollars above 100 as well. Same, yeah, okay, pretty normal deck. All right, this doesn't seem necessarily like very complicated. Notice early pillars, kind of annoying. It might be worthwhile to skip the big blind just to ensure we can beat that. We'll see. We'll see how things feel. This is actually just a right off the top straight, and it's a pretty decent one. 296, brutal. Alright. Every extra hand that we have to play does actually like harm us a little bit here. Okay, Polychrome Clever Joker is interesting. I don't think I want to grab that necessarily. I mean, we have a lot of more money than I'm used to. We can definitely pick up like speculative jokers early, because we're not going to be getting anywhere near the amount of chips we need. Like, if I pick this up, I'm picking it up because it's polychrome, not because of what it actually does at this point. You know what? Let's not. The Fibonacci's interesting. Let's definitely hit this Jumbo Arcana pack. Want to do a little bit of yeah, temperance, not so good. We want to do a little bit of shaping of our deck. So like, what do we want to do? Just pull low cards up to face cards for the moment, probably ensuring that we're not buying that Fibonacci. I think this is reasonable. And I am going to spend a little bit here just kind of like looking for something really interesting. Trying to find those early jokers. I guess probably not. We probably don't want to miss an early shop, because you really, really, really do have to find yourself some kind of value increasing joker by the end of round one. Or by the end of ante one. Although I guess that's just a four of a kind just right off the top there. I guess there's no particular reason not to throw all our discards, and let's like see if we can find the other king. Why not play a five of a kind this early in the run? Okay. When the blind is selected, gain 3 hands. So lose all your discards, but like this is something of a money-making strategy, and then you're just always playing your cards instead of discarding them. I mean, you know, I've never played with it before, but it doesn't seem awful. Let's pick this up, see if we can do a little bit of reshaping. So I would probably ordinarily, obviously, like, I love a death card, but I'm wondering if maybe we want to roll Hanged Man instead and just start chopping cards off the lower end of the deck. There is also just grab a random joker, which is going to have some extremely variable value. I guess let's do the thing that we know is it has guaranteed usefulness to us. I guess of these, Saturn is the only hand I'm not going to be like really disappointed to play. Tarot cards appear more frequently in the shop. Honestly, is probably worth grabbing. And then like, I'll take a reroll here. All right, so we're gonna have a fair number of debuffed cards here, but yeah, overall this is not so bad. So we almost have a straight to start with. Let's discard around that, I guess. Oh, sorry. Let's play cards around that, I guess. This is not very good. Play to the straight. That one's got a pair in it at least. All right. This is, I mean, it doesn't leave us with much, right? It's unfortunately, oh, never mind. I was going to say it's unfortunately probably not sufficient, but actually it totally did get us there. Okay, well, that's blueprint, and we're definitely taking blueprint. Yeah, gain +3 hands is, yeah, sure. For right now, that is absolutely sufficient. Reroll surplus, absolutely bananas in the situation that we're in. Let's see about bumping up these hands. I mean, listen, I would take some Planet X's if they wanted to show us some Planet X's. As things are, I think like it's a Venus versus Jupiter, and the fact is, the Venus upgrade is better than the Jupiter upgrade. Like, upgrading flushes is not really... Let's hope that that turns out to have been a sensible thing to do. I'll reroll once. Show me something. You know what? Riffraff takes us a little low, but also it generates money because we get sellable jokers off of it. And we really only need to sit with it until we get like a couple of... until we get something okay. Shoot the Moon's kind of interesting. Scholar is probably... I mean, they're probably about the same level of interesting. And I think we're discarding for... Sorry, playing cards for the flush. The diamond flush. Yeah, that's not bad. So now the question, do we keep the riffraff? Or, like, do I want to hold on to Scholar? So, like, we have motivation here to keep a bunch of queens and aces. We have 5 kings already. I don't know what our deck is doing, and I do feel like we could maybe use a little bit more direction than what we are currently getting. I do think Blueprint's probably in the right spot. Yeah, I don't know. I think I am going to... I just have no idea if this setup makes any sense. We don't... I'm gonna... I guess there's no reason to sell the riffraff either, right? Now, see, that's a vampire. And as much as... Well, as much as I think losing card enhancements is a huge bummer, Vampire is very good. Or potentially very good, right? Vampire can become very good. Alright, now we're like really looking for ways of getting tarot cards, ways of drilling home improvements. I think I'm gonna stick with the blueprint where it is, but yeah. Alright, so what are we playing here? We're probably looking for that club flush, so let's go ahead and do this, because this way we'll eat the gold right away and start getting that multi increase. That was not a very impressive number of chips. We almost have a straight flush. Wouldn't that be neat? Yeah, as things stand right now, we actually we have almost no improvement to our hands. We're living entirely off of having 10 hands. We need to fix that. Like quickly fix that. Do I want to try to lean toward a flush here? A spade flush is not completely unreasonable. Obviously, the hands that we play in pursuit of it are going to be a little crummy. Oh, actually, we only have 3 spades. Maybe I'd wrap. It's probably better to go for the club flush, but neither one of them is like fantastically likely. Let's try it though. 'Cause even if we don't get it, we can still potentially work on other stuff. At this point, looking for like kings or eights. Yeah, we're more likely to hit that than we are to hit the clubs. So let's drop all of these. Okay, not too shabby. And like obviously, if we can get the vampire really going, then once the vampire is fed, Blueprint just copying it to get the bonus malt is huge. There's a lot of good stuff that could happen here if we can survive to make it happen. And I feel like that's often the place that we end up with, the place that we end up in these runs is just like, please let my engine come online before we die. All right, I don't know what we're looking for exactly, but let's look. Misprint is probably not a pickup over anything. Runner is, I mean, I don't feel like we're really building for the straight, right? Obviously, we'd like to be in X of a kind territory. I will take that, obviously. And you know what? Also, a Mars. Sure, why not? $1 at the end of a round per unique planet card used this run. So I think I would pretty gladly replace Scholar with this. And like at some point we want to start banking up. We want to start actually banking up money. Like once we're hitting 5 of a kinds, we want to have $200 something in the bank. So having a Joker that makes money is not useless, and it is actually worth score as well at a certain point. That said, I don't think we're there, but I still think I would rather have this than the other thing. Okay, you I feel like we should definitely take on. Do I want to like blueprint this? Actually, I don't, if you blueprint this, does the blueprint have a chance to be destroyed at the end of round? That would be pretty bad. Let's not mess with that just yet. I could blueprint this satellite and just build up a huge supply of cash. Now that we have some jokers that I'm okay holding on to for a minute, maybe this is a good time to stop re-rolling and just keep building up. Okay, so we probably, yeah, again, just want to like discard the low end. Just get rid of some stuff. And then we're kind of nowhere here. This hand doesn't look like anything. So maybe we just like play a really soft, oh right, 2 discards. Never mind. Well, whatever. Stuff will just come right off the top of the deck to save us. That'll be the plan. Yep, 3 of a kind looking pretty solid. I'm having some pretty decent feelings about this this run as a whole, I think. Let's buy this. Do we want to turn stuff into spades? I guess not particularly. This we should absolutely have. I think this is a very important voucher. Okay, Empress will let me. I really wish we had more face cards in this hand so that I could mult some face cards. I guess we'll hit a 9 as well. It's fine. The whole point is that we're going to lose stuff anyway, right? So, and then in this situation, I think I will just take $20. Let's open this up. It's a shame this doesn't tell us which ones. I guess I can see what we have upgrades on. So we don't have an upgrade to full house, and also it's not a terrible, yeah, it's not a terrible hand type to be upgrading. But I think we can just move on here. Okay, so just extra large. We can definitely deal with 11,000 chips as a blind. That's not a big deal. Do I want to try to draw more kings? I think I'm gonna play like this. The full house would be cool. There we go. We really do need to get this vampire fed. Okay, definitely buy and use. Definitely buy and use. Okay, so I like this. We get to use the Wheel of Fortune, then Hanged Man on these two, then fire our Fool to give us a Hanged Man. And do I want to peek? Do we want to look at the Buffoon pack and see if we can find something a little more compelling? It's not super likely we'll upgrade very much via throwback. That said, it's not like an eternal throwback or anything. We could always just bounce it if it's not, if it's looking less enticing to us than something else that we have access to. So I could like sell Burglar, which is just like fine. It's extremely okay. Blueprint like Satellite instead for the moment, just generate a lot of money, and then keep trying to, yeah, I think let's do that. Yeah, I think that's okay. And then we're in a good enough spot here. I feel like we can just keep running forward. I don't know that I want to play Hanged Man just yet. Let's discard just these cards so that we can get... It says played. If I do this, will the vampire still eat that? I don't think so, right? Oh, no, okay, it does. It says played because it means played. I would really prefer to get like 2s or 4s or something. I don't want to delete too much of our ability to create lowdown straights. Okay, that can work. You know what? I'll jump at this. This will have to be good enough. And there's only one queen left. You know what? Let's play all these cards. Okay. There goes the banana. So now we're just waiting on banana returns. Yes, let's do this and then that. We can glass some card that is gonna get used, but hopefully get pulled out of the deck at some point. And then, like, do I want... We could maybe push the value of Satellite up with High Priestess while also still getting planetary upgrades for hands we might actually hit. Spade and Diamond are our high suits, so... Yeah, we could lean in on just turning some clubs to spades. I guess I don't hate that. Get us to the position where we can get slightly more impressive hands. I guess while we're just like waiting here, may as well do this. Alright, so we got to clear 11k, which is probably not entirely trivial. How do I want to build around this 10 situation? Oh, well, the vampire's going to eat the glass, obviously. What we want to do with this 10 situation is play the 10. Vampires love eating glass. That kind of thing is their bag baby. Everybody knows this. And then we're in sort of an awkward spot again. Like, let's just discard. Yeah, we'll look for the high straight. That seems pretty all right. Raised fist is going to be doubling a 4, but what are you going to do? Yeah, wow, we are really not pulling the values we need here. All right, that helps a little bit. But we have one hand left, and we need to make 4,000 chips on it, which means some stuff's got to go pretty freaking right here. So let's try to craft the hand where stuff goes right. Just go ahead and envision that. Still 3 kings and 3 queens. Our full house is buffed to 65 times 6, which is certainly something. All right, full house it is. Don't really see as we have any ability to fight with that. Just slightly incompetent. Incompetent, insufficient, but I was also thinking, hey, I'm incompetent. So, there we go. Let's do it again. We can do this. I just need a little bit more more raw malt early in the run. Trying to get to the point where we were making it up in so much multiplier, but it takes time to get there. This is a little bit of a shame because if we track down this flush, we're still, well, yeah, whatever. It won't be enough to get us out of the blind, but it's fine. It'll do. And then we can follow that up with, like, anything. Okay, let's get... Adds a stone card to your deck when the blind is selected. I don't think I like that. Yeah, stone cards are kind of like... They're very weird to work with. I will, of course, take a hieroglyph pretty much any time. And also a hierophant, I guess. Once again, we're just gonna try to work something around our kings. Could be, right? You know what? Plus 10 mult is enough to make a card, enough to make a joker, like, very effective through the early running all by itself. Also, we're down here in anti-zero. We don't need we don't need multiplier. I will definitely pop some Arcana packs. Let's see some cool stuff. Let's see some jokers. Okay. See some more exciting jokers than that. I mean, I guess I will just hit joker again. Okay, scary face. You know, it does something for us. You can't argue it's not out here working. Does seem kind of like we want to build up to a X of a kind deck. May as well grab one of those. And then the manacle with -1 hand size. How are we ever going to make it through? Friends, whatever shall we do? How can we withstand this treachery? Is that going to be sufficient? Yes. Yeah, by about a factor of 10, in fact. It's alright. It's alright. I will continue buying blank until we make it do the thing. I have no idea where we're at on that. Do we want a zany joker if we're... I mean, I probably don't want it yet at the very least. And honestly, 12 mult's not even good enough for a conditional joker. There's so many jokers that are just kind of better than that all the time. And so, okay, now random judgment versus burn some cards out of the deck, I think is still take cards out of your deck. Like, just consistency. Consistency is always so valuable. Do we want to pull Raised Fist? I do think it's kind of awful. Yeah, we'll skip it. And then, oh hey, Death. Death is a fine card to carry with us for the moment. So let me see if we can find, yeah, there we go. We want to find specifically one of the enhanced kings, if possible. And then this seems like a pretty solid full house. It activates all of our jokers for real. It's just good. Continue opening Arcana packs because you can never really get enough of that. So there is some value to strength here. I think we'll go ahead and do the strength. Yeah, I guess we should have the devil, right? We should have the improvements. I will turn a jack into the devil, I guess. And then we're gonna strength card these as well. We're just kind of like fattening up the ranks of the nobility. Credit card obviously not very compelling for us. So Smiley Face is gonna be at most 20 mult. I guess unless we get that thing that re-triggers our face cards. But I mean, whatever. It's like it's welcome on the team for the moment, at the very least. We're doing well here. I guess we could probably take a second here. Let's just see if we can pull. Can I get there on 2 pair? Because like the $3 is not nothing, right? But if it costs us hands, it might not be a worthwhile thing to play. So this is going to be 40, 50, 60, 70 chips. Plus the 20 still. I think this is going to get us there. I'm pretty sure. We don't have to play the gold joker. Yeah. Yeah, it'll get us there. It'll do the thing. The baseball card, not terribly compelling in our current situation at the very least. Okay, more death cards allowing more transmogrification way up the ladder. I think that's fine, even if we don't have, the perfectly ideal face cards that we would like to do that with. All face cards become gold cards when played. This is not something you want to hold on to, but like, it's probably good to have in your deck for a little while. Hard cards are debuffed is probably not really a big deal for us. Okay, I'm seeing ways in which it could be slightly problematic, I suppose. Should we try to go for the 3 of Kings? You know what? I'm just going to do this. We have so much multiplier and everything. Like, this is going to get us there in one hand. For real, no matter what. Okay, times 3 mult if the hand contains a straight. As much as I like the order, this is not what we're building for. I think I am going to skip it. I am going to take Tarot Merchant, though, for sure. Okay, Venus is fine. Venus is a start. And the Michelle. Interesting. Jolly Joker's pretty bad. Yeah, I think that's okay. And may as well buy and use this as well. We're still not really hitting the coin thresholds where we desperately need to improve our amount of money on hand, but obviously we also do need to continue improving our money on hand, because at some point we're going to need to really raise that ceiling. What do I want to do with this hand? It's a little awkward. I guess there's nearly a spade flush in it. If I do this, it'll turn the queen gold, so... Oh, wow. Also, single high card is actually sufficient to just win the win the blind all by itself. That's neat. Definitely not what I was expecting. Yep, that seems pretty solid. I have to say, there's a lot that's going right here so far. I'm pretty happy with a lot of what we're seeing. Let's upgrade full house. I guess I should have just upgraded 3 of a kind there. The question is, do we want the priestess before we re-roll? I guess so. That one we'll use. Mercury, I think we're probably just going to sell. No reason to hold off on it for right now, I think. I definitely want one of these. Do we want Square Joker? I mean, it does scale up over time. We could just drop the Midas Mask. As much fun as it would be to have that many gold cards in our deck if we really let it hit everything. If you're gonna run Square Joker, you really want to start building it up. Okay, so we have a lot of mults. We don't have anything doing multipliers yet, so order still doesn't matter. What is the... We're slightly heart heavy. All right, let's do this like this. And I guess just nail the full house? Well... Maybe actually... just run this. We do want the Square Joker to be getting upgrades, right? Okay. I mean, Sock and Buskin's gotta be... It's got to be on the run, right? The question is, what does it replace? Wily Joker is... it's probably Wily Joker. This gives you the chips no matter what your hand is, and it'll build up to be worth at least as much as the other one in the end. Probably more. Space Joker's not fooling me. Fancy new coat of paint. Think I'll take you back. We are sadly not getting a lot of X of a kind planets. But our full house is getting pretty mean. So this could be an ace. I guess we could just discard it. You know what? Let me just do this. Okay, there goes the banana. Definitely like home. There's not too much incentive for us right now to veer much above 100, but we will. It is a thing we will have some interest in eventually. So heart is definitely the suit of choice up here. I'm a little nervous that we don't have the voucher that lets you reroll boss blind abilities, because we are at the moment building into something that's quite vulnerable to disruption in those ways. Also, what a crummy pack. I will take another level on Full House. This seemed to be happening a lot. Scholar with foil. Yeah, no, I think we're good. Do we want to skip for a forced polychrome? I mean, I don't love skipping, and obviously I do want chances to build up Square Joker, but a polychrome Joker would be neat. The thing is, what we really need is to pick up a real multiplier, and once we see one, we'll just toss the polychrome Joker to the side anyway. Like, it's not... I don't think it's worth skipping the blind for it. Skipping the opportunity to hit another shop for it, specifically. Okay, king, king, queen, queen probably is worth like a ton of points. Yeah. We did hit our chip cap there. Something to be aware of, I guess. All right, we're never going to be happy running on 2 pair, but we can at least buff that up a little bit. Ooh, all cards in hand to a single suit. Or the thing is, these effects are very compelling when they are on a multiply triggered face card. If we were going to try to commit to keeping one kind of face card, I guess like the queens and the jacks are both equally upgraded, the way in the sense that they both equally only have 1 gold, so that's kind of crummy. I might do it to the king and just see if we can like nudge the queens up. We are definitely going to take the justice. Is it a good idea to take hologram? It might be. All right, so turning something into a glass card, probably you. We could lose you at some point, and you know, just clip some more stuff off the bottom of the deck, make our ideal hands more likely. We don't really want to be doing 3 or fewer cards if we can avoid it. The Midas Mask has come back around, and I guess there's no reason not to, right? At least until something better happens along. It doesn't really make any sense, I think, to skip it. So we could do a down low. You know what? I'm just going to discard all these. Wow, okay, and we're not going to see any face cards. Well, let's try it again. Yeah, that's better. That'll do. I mean, I don't see there's any reason not to just run the 4 of a kind and win, right? Want to make sure we're getting that Square Joker upgrade as frequently as possible. Okay. Certainly don't have any use for a tower card in this run. I'm really pleased with how many hanged men we've seen. Temperance is not really super exciting. With the fact that we only pulled 1 face card that isn't already improved, does put a damper on some stuff. I guess we can... Spades and diamonds could be converted to hearts. That, I suppose, is fine. I don't think we want any of this. That we will absolutely take. Ooh, okay. Honestly, let us continue to put cards in position to destroy themselves. I think it's very important. All right, well, that gives me a full house to try to exploit. I don't want to glass any of this stuff, but we'll steel card one of the jokers, or one of the jacks rather, and we'll just throw this down. Try to get as many of my face cards turned gold as possible, as yeah, trying to get as many turned as we can, as quickly as we can, because I would really love to sell this mask. You know, it's going to make the run really long, but it's also going to make the run extremely likely to succeed. And I do feel pretty good about that, actually. Despite the fact that it's, yeah, it is going to make the run long. I don't actually want either of those. Kind of thought that was where that was going to end up. We don't want to be running 3 of a kinds, but you know, be prepared in case it is the thing that happens. And yeah. Okay, so we have glass card and custom stuff. Ooh, okay, I do think we have to take a negative tag where we can. All right, cut stuff into glass. I mean, I'm comfortable, I think, just doing Hanged Man on that, and then I think I'm going to discard all these. We'll see about the use of the Justice card. Okay, that's interesting. The fact that it's all face cards that we've already played is a bummer, but like how many? A really significant number, actually, of our face cards remaining do not have the gold on them. So this does feel a little crummy. I guess let's turn like a 9 into a glass card, and then I'm gonna maybe do another discard before we... just to see if we can find some other face cards to turn gold, you know? I do not think we're gonna pass up an opportunity to play the Fall House here. You know, that's an awful lot of like triggers and stuff, just an awful lot of things happening for the end result to be 8,500. Okay, well, it is plus 20 chips. At the very least, it is sitting there giving us plus 20 chips on every hand forever. Last card we ran was Justice, which is pretty whatever. I would like to... yeah, I guess this is the downside of the Midas Mask, is that it overwrites other enhancements and prevents you from benefiting from other enhancements, like ones that would actually make you... yeah, I think I'm going to get rid of that, because we actually do want real enhancements on our cards, now that I think about it. We'll just grab an Emperor on that one. $20 and Spades. Spades is pretty whatever. First played face card gives ×2 mult when scored, and also it has chips on it. It's like, I don't generally love Photograph. It usually has a pretty bad mult value, in my experience, just relative to like a Joker that has a climbing mult value. That said, it's better than the empty slot. We'll throw it up here and we'll see how long it sticks around, I guess. We are still running lots and lots of full houses, so seems prudent. Okay. Start with 0 discards is a little bit scary, but we do immediately pop this. Do I want to... Hearts and clubs. I probably don't want to play this. I'll just go ahead and sell it. I guess I should have assessed, like... nah, never mind. Okay, I don't hate the duo, honestly. Man, the duo might be right. Like, ×2 mult at the end. Yeah, ×2 mult at the end beats the hell out of this. Okay, a soul. I don't really... yeah, I do kind of want to take the soul. What are we dropping for the soul? Square Joker is 10 mult and some number of chips versus like ×2 mult versus a bunch of goofy gimmicks. I mean, the thing we could do here is we could drop like Scary Face. It is adding a lot of chips in theory, but we have to get to the point where we can actually score those chips with our cash situation, and who knows how viable that really is. You know what? Maybe this is foolish, but played Kings and Queens each give ×2 mult when scored. Okay, that's a pretty exciting Joker for our situation. And then also the trio shows up, and we have to make some more considerations. Like, Smiley Face is ×20 mult at the best of times. So it's ×40 mult at the best of times, right? Because of the re-triggers. is that good enough that I want to keep it over adding a ×3? Probably. I think the question ends up being like the trio, the duo, and triboulet. If we have 5 kings or queens, we're going to end up boosting the base value of a hand. Let's say we hit like a 3 of a kind at 90 × 9. Honestly, like triboulet may actually be just really, really valuable. Yeah, I wonder if it is like drop scary face. Because chips are the place where we're having difficulty expanding anyway. Drop scary face for the trio. Yeah, and then just like play for the 3 of a kind really hard. No repeat hand types this round. That seems fine to me. All right, well, it's hard to argue with that. Yeah, you can really watch that number get pretty high. Okay, spades are not an interesting conversion value for us. I mean, I would certainly prefer to be making 4 of a kinds. See if we can find the resources to actually get there. It seems like maybe not really. So I guess let's discard around our face cards. Yeah, we're definitely like just looking for stuff to drop a Hierophant on, and then like Chariot goes on something nearby. There we go. That doesn't feel too bad. It's a shame that the jacks don't trigger triboulet, but still something. So yeah, I hate to get cocky, but it does feel like we're on it, right? We'll definitely open a planet pack as well, but we might want to just hold from here. What a goofy runner. Alright, no repeat hand types. Well, we can start up here and something tells me we're going to be okay. I should have put the queen with plus mult before all of the before the other queens. Yeah, an extra 1 discard per round. I'm not really paying very close attention, and I need to be, to where we are at chip generation wise. Like, do I desperately need to drive some values up? We could bump both these 9s to 10s. I guess so. We're working on consolidation. You know what the thing is, actually, we really want. Yeah. Really want to get everybody advanced to king or queen as quickly as possible. And then I guess somebody being wild is fine, or we definitely want to be converting things to diamonds. We're converting things away from diamonds. Yeah, I guess we just throw the wild card energy onto this ace or something. This won't even cost us a point of interest, and we hit decently big, although obviously, like, getting the deck to the point where it can still reliably produce a 4 of a kind, I think is, yeah, it's gonna be a challenge. There's always stuff like this, though. You know, we have a little bit of time here. Let's, okay, 4 of a kind. Sadly, this queen is not one of the cards that, like, we super benefit. I guess keeping that queen in hand is valuable. Extra king is really not what I'm looking for. Okay. Well, it'll have to do. Something tells me it's going to be sufficient. Alright, still pretty sure we don't need towers. Do I just want to grab a bunch of money given the... Yeah. Okay. Let me actually look at our chip values in earnest here when we're really throwing down. Let's say just on queens and kings. Okay, there's the 4 up. That'll do. Oh, I should have put the one with the multiplier in front. What was I thinking? Okay, so we're generating like 9 million chips. That's probably going to get us where we're going. I have high hopes. All right. We don't need to have a reroll party. Darn it, I was really hoping that we would get a face card and see all of these are beyond it. I guess I'm just gonna discard again. Like, we are looking for face cards. Okay. So we know we have some face cards here. Let's try this. Okay. Yeah, somehow I forgot how Triboulet was going to interact with Sock and Buskin when I was like originally looking at them. Gosh, that's pretty good. I don't know that I want planet cards to appear more frequently in the shop necessarily. Like, I like seeing all the Arcana cards. Well, getting your correct planet type buffed is also really valuable, though. Alright, let's do one more. Yeah, I'll take a Fool. That's actually, I think, pretty great. So, we don't really need to Hanged Man this stuff, but I guess we're getting a little thin on, like, yeah, you know what? That's fine. I just want to make sure I use that for the end of the round so that we have a little bit of consumable room to play with. Alright, I'm going to really laser focus on our kings and queens for the moment. Actually, this is a good time for Hanged Man. Okay, 5 of a kind queens. Seems pretty solid. Let's make sure the plus mults are at the beginning and go. So we are hitting the chip limit, even up here above 200. Probably be good for me to not do rerolls for a minute. Obviously, you look in your buffoon packs, but it's a pretty pretty good straight there, actually. Okay, lose $1 per card played. I realized I wasn't sure what the next big blind was. Okay, so 4 of a kind king seems fine. Play the 9 along just in case. Like we were somehow not going to make it. We're going to have to look at that next hand for opportunities. Alright, pretty solid cash out. Sure, Venus is not bad. Then we can pull some Arcana packs here. I do like bumping... I wish we had some strength, but I do like putting the plus mult on stuff. And you have kind of nothing interesting. I actually am going to Wheel of Fortune, because it would be really powerful, potentially, if we were to get one with this Joker setup. Alright, I do imagine this ought to be no problem. I guess we're not really looking for anything anymore. The question is, do I want to just play the kings? I think I do. Yeah, and I'll take the 7 with me, I guess. This lets us, you know, score a bunch of gold at our hand. And the 3 of a kind was always going to be massively over what we needed. Ooh, not discovered. I've actually never bought Tarot Tycoon before, but it's amazing, so of course I do want it. Gosh, do you think the other legendary Joker has any chance? I'm really unsure whether or not I want to take that. Like, I do think this probably makes a lot of sense. Let's go ahead and death that. And then we could just make some money here, or like probably just make some money. It's probably take $28 versus sell one of our extremely good Jokers. I think we're just gonna take the Temperance. As funny as that feels. Do I wanna just fire off a strength? I think I do. Seems like queens are really what we're focusing on here. Yeah, this will do for right now. We can get rid of the jacks once all of the other cards are cut down. All right, let's see about that 5 of a kind. Then you're always like, do I actually want to play 5 of a kind? I don't think I do. I think these 3 queens are gonna crush it to an insane degree. And then we'll just get all this extra money. I am at this point absolutely overkilling it. We probably don't have to make any further changes to the deck, honestly. Wow, what a crummy outcome. I guess that's fine, you know, it's to be expected. Yeah, let's go ahead and grab you. I probably don't need quite the amount of money that I'm hanging on to here, is what I'm thinking. Shoot the Moon is legitimately interesting, but I don't think it's better than +4 mult when scored, which is actually +8 mult when scored. Yeah, you know what? Let's just keep things how they are. So, the Hermit is not a very exciting card to play for the moment. Certainly don't want to fool it. You know what? That's fine. 5 cards at a time. Which means we can, in fact, just continue digging on queens and find the mother lode. None of them are unused. I might just throw this down to get it out of my hand. And then I think this is going to be a ×4 situation. It'll be way more money than we need still. The funny thing is, I still don't feel like this is scaling well enough to polychrome one joker, destroy all the others. I don't think we want to do any of this stuff. Do I want to do a fool action here while we can? Probably not. Yeah, I don't think so. We could do a little bit of re-rolling. Oh, driver's license is just always on, huh? Well, that being the case, I know smiley face is adding a lot of mult, but like, what if no smiley face and instead driver's license? What if all of the, yeah, that's what we're doing. Face cards are drawn face down. It actually turns out that probably doesn't matter that much. Like, I will draw all of my face cards. And then we're just going to try some things. I guess I'm just going to go 5 from the top. This will probably be, whatever this is, probably be sufficient. Yeah, it seems okay. All right, welcome to that final ante, and gosh, all of the coolest stuff. I guess give me a death card, and next round. Yeah, so we'll death this, then we will fool, and then we will death that again. And we'll just play this. But we don't have to throw our chances for extra funding away. There we go. That is looking very good. Yeah, 4 million chips. Whatever. Like, if we were trying to go for an endless run, I don't think this is quite, it's not pulling that heat. But also it doesn't really need to be. It's doing fine. Sure. Turn this to glass. Why not? Actually making a huge amount of use out of our 3 of a kind. Alright, and that thing's gonna flip and shuffle our Joker cards, which is like, it's honestly not even that big of a deal because of the way that brain thoughts completely escaped. Yeah, okay, it's because of the fact that we have so many multiplication jokers, like them getting scrambled up. Actually, all of our jokers are multiplication jokers, except runner, which just gives chips, and so it doesn't matter when it scores. Yeah, actually, scrambling our jokers isn't going to do literally anything at all to affect our scoring potential. Let's go ahead and do this. You should probably be at the back, though. Yeah. They asked for 75,000. They received some zeros, you know, just a couple extra digits on top of that because we were feeling generous. Yeah, four of a kind. I think we're probably pretty much past playing four of a kind at this point, but fine. And let's do it. Go ahead and shuffle my stuff up. Doesn't matter at all. And all right, there's no reason to worry about this Empress card. Okay, wow, we actually got there. I mean, it's very hard to not want to just play these three, right? And it is going to get us there for sure. All right. That was a pretty easy one. I don't know that we were massively overgeared for it. All right, so that's unlocked a new thing. What is that unlocked? All jokers are eternal. Honestly, that doesn't really feel like it's going to be a big deal. Like I don't see that changing my play from a normal run basically at all. Anyway, that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. It is good to keep putting away these wins to feel like I'm getting somewhere, but I am at this point, like I'm already kind of accustomed to the higher scaling values of the higher stakes and whatnot, and I'm not having a great time with the challenges because I kind of feel bored. I kind of feel not challenged. So that's going to be it for us for today. And when you come back next time, I think we're going to go back to trying to win on the final stake and unlock the final deck. So come back next time for that, and we'll see you then.